What's going on, Cordy Up Ace Army Nation crew? So today I have a pretty special guest with me. I don't really do interviews that often, but I saw this guy floating around and I thought I'd ask him a couple questions. So I have Dark Cyclone, or his name is J4MES. How are you doing, man?
Actually, it's James,
Oh, okay,
not
James.
J for NES. Do you have like a brain cell in you? Sorry,
Uh,
that just aggravates me every time somebody said that. Like, obviously, it's James.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
go
a little
ahead. Sorry.
sleepy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can
Um,
tell. I'm starting to fall asleep myself.
all right. So, James, how did you get into creating these awesome TF2 maps?
Well, first of all, I would probably prefer to bring up the first point is public apathy. So the whole
Okay.
point of public apathy is the social theory suggests that people often disengage from complex issues due to cognitive overload and perceived helplessness. Everybody thinks that they're not help, like they have no ability to getting help. They're just stuck to their phones and just consistently throwing themselves into a pit of sadness and loneliness. Like all they got to do is go outside. Like my family, they all thought they were helpless, and until they got their stupid little stimulus check, then they thought they were gods for 1 week. They put me in a mental institution as soon as I started yelling at them because they were being insane. Anyways, public apathy. These are one of my talking points for whenever I get interviewed, which is like the third time today. But anyways, the prevalence of entertainment media can distract from the public significant ethical concerns surrounding the science and technology. See, the people who diagnose our views are the people who feed us this entertainment. It's absolutely mindless.
All right. That's really cool. Um, I guess my next question would be, what inspires you?
Like, wouldn't you agree if your YouTube feed was consistently just like filled with health stuff, you would be more interested in it? Now imagine that. The LGBTQ community, also known as the alphabet gang to me, um, they they'll pay corporations money. I mean, it all starts with BlackRock first, because the LGBTQ community started integrating themselves into BlackRock. BlackRock got this little like score factor that they push down onto their people that they invest in. And if they don't follow by the metric that BlackRock gives them, they get reduced funding. So that's why there's so many
Hmm.
people that are starting to incorporate these just random fucking things. So now we got like a multi-gendered, queer-eyed dog as the main character of some stupid fucking Star Wars video. Like, I'm tired of it. It's all BlackRock behind these things and Vanguard. And people think that our politicians aren't even pushed into this. Of course they are. Our politicians are ran by money.
Hmm.
Like, how do
Okay.
you think they even like make advertisements? It's not like they just go, "Oh, my beautiful charity of like supporters, can you help fund me so I can make more advertisements so I can get more support from the causes that I'm trying to push?" No, it all comes from Vanguard. It all comes from
Hmm.
BlackRock. Like half of their things that they're trying to push into, the government is all just created by these Black Rocks and these Vanguards and whatever these leaders or these corporations that give them money.
Hmm.
Like, it's their policies because they're the ones funding it. Like, we're just giving money to our politicians so they can buy a fucking McLaren. The money that they're really getting is from the big corporations that's corrupting our politicians that would be more or less corrupted. But anyways, I had to put on a voice changer for my protection since I am in a mental institute. I know it sounds crazy that I even am, but it's literally not my fault. It's the fact that I just open my eyes and look at the world around me, and then I'm able to make. I'm able to make connections. Unlike everybody else, who's such a. I know it's such a cringe word, but it makes so much sense in this context. Everybody's just a sheep.
Yeah.
I'm under the guidance of sheep. Eat your peas. Eat your fucking mystery meat. I don't know where this came from. Like, they
Yeah.
could have just shot this out of a tube, and now they're feeding it down my throat because it's all I'm given. Have you ever looked into the paleo diet?
Every single day.
First thing, have you ever bought eggs
I
and then
always do.
cracked an egg open and noticed that, first of all, the eggshell was white? I don't know if you know this, but normal chickens don't make white eggs. It's because the corporations, right?
Right.
They bleach. Let me repeat that. I hate repeating myself, but I'll repeat that. They bleach the eggs so that they're more appetizing for the people to look at. And they go to the grocery stores and they're like, these eggs are white. These eggs are pure. I want these in my body. It's all marketing. And we just fall for this. We don't look it up on why our eggs are white. And paintings from like the 1800s, if they had eggs in them, this is a terrible like analogy, but you could just figure out that eggs are not supposed to be white. When you crack an egg open, the center is like a perfect yellow, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not supposed to be yellow.
Oh.
See, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. See, what they also think about, like, all the stuff that they do to our food. Like, they bleach our eggs. They make our eggs. Like, eggs are not even supposed to be yellow in the first point. They're supposed to be like an orangish color. If you ever had chickens of your own that were allowed to roam around and not fed these steroids and dog food that comes in little fucking chips, then you would know that what a real egg does not look like the eggs that you get at a supermarket. Like, it's insanity. And if you think about the fact that when the food pyramid, you know what the food pyramid is? Jamie, pull it up on the screen. The food pyramid. When the food pyramid was released, it was released by who?
The government?
The government's food agency.
Okay.
What was primarily being pumped out at that time?
Government
super
food.
processed food.
Okay.
Super processed food. So these corporations who are making these ultra processed food, they aligned the stars pretty much to send money down into the government and say, hey, make this pyramid that doesn't make any sense at all. It actually doesn't help you in health. It more or less just makes you a better consumer for the companies. Let's throw that down. Let's throw the government badge on there, say it's official, and then let's watch all Americans get fat and obese, and then we get rich as fuck. And the food pyramid is still a thing today. They lie to doctors, and they tell those doctors to trust this pyramid. What doctors really get any sort of nutritional, like, education? Well, it's because if there is a nutritional education to their job, then these doctors would absolutely disagree with everything that has been pulled out of the government's ass for the past 20 years. Okay?
Okay.
All right, next question.
What do you do in your spare time when you're not making TF2 maps?
In my spare time?
Yeah.
Well, I do a lot of research, obviously.
Okay.
Because if I wasn't doing research, what am I doing? I'm not learning. I'm not absorbing information, which is what the brain is supposed to do. I'm not going to rot my brain on TikTok. I'm not just going to be some mindless sheep just moving my finger up and down my screen, wasting away my life.
Right.
People who do that are just so mindless. They're zombies. They're little zombies. They come home from their meaningless job that doesn't contribute to society whatsoever or the greater good whatsoever, and they just go home and then touch on their phones the entire time, masturbate or some shit, eat more food, get fat, send money to corporations, bam, back to work. Sleep deprived, unhealthy, fat, sad. What are we? What has humanity or America become? It's become nothing but just consumerism.
Right.
When's the last time you've seen something on social media that has Christian flex that isn't just materialism or somebody just thinking that they're better than somebody else. I think we should just flex, hey, we made this awesome idea where everybody came together and we did this awesome project. Look what we can do together as a whole. You never see that. You just see some dude in his Lamborghini that he bought from making a lot of crypto. And I love researching the military-industrial complex. Like companies like Raytheon are linked to these operations pushing for optimized soldiers through genetics engineering. I'm not lying.
Okay.
The idea of creating super soldiers has been a reoccurring theme in military strategy and even in popular culture. Like you read books and everybody's talking about these like futuristic depictions of like these super soldiers. Like what would our soldiers be from like the colonial ages? Like we can see at night and we got guns that can shoot people super far away. And not even to talk about like the CRISPR technology. Like first of all, I know the CIA. Listen to me carefully because this is true. Okay. Anywhere on the internet, if you know where you're looking. The CIA is making genetically engineered babies.
Sharing subject locations with other agents.
I'm not lying.
Really?
Why do you think that people, when they put that they want to be organ donators on their license, get the women who die, they get their vagina and their uterus taken out of them, and they get put in test tubes, and then they use CRISPR technology to make these babies that are genetically engineered to be absolute monstrous units of super soldiers. Do you think the Navy SEALs are really just regular people? Some dude who came from California and saw, I don't know, Rambo once, and he's like, I'm going to do it? Fuck no. These are genetically engineered babies. And the ones that grew up to be old enough, so in like 2040, these genetically engineered babies are going to be so advanced, they're going to be able to take out every single terrorist that is a threat to the United States or the corporations involved with the United States. Not even to mention that every other like adversary to the United States has stolen the same exact technology that we're using these days. We're screwed. As soon as there's an invasion with Canada, I mean, first of all, Canada was already meddling with biochemical, like engineered bombs with China to make these drone bomb, like absolute destroyers of humanity. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
They were meddling with these biological, like deconstruction bombs. One of these bombs land on you, you basically get from the amoeba connection in your body, just gets completely disintegrated, absolutely atomized. You'll turn into a pile of gunk.
Man, I didn't even.
Personally, I don't want that to happen. Since China and Canada are doing this, as soon as there's an invasion on Canada or China, these super soldiers that were previously engineered by the CIA or FBI, I'm not exactly sure which three-letter corporation is doing it. I'm sure they have some subsidiary or whatever. They probably just got some fucking biological baby corporation subsidiary of the CIA or whatever. As soon as they get invaded, we're going to have these people sprinting like Ugandan soldiers through the battlefield, flanking bullets off their bodies, and nobody's going to be able to stop them unless it was some tomahawk. Just landing right on these people. These people, they don't have consciousness. These people are controlled through a Neuralink, which has already been established and is already being put into the consumer grade market, but it was previously as military technology. What technology comes out that is already advanced? Sorry, my dad was calling.
It's okay.
Probably just wanted to insult me some more. Ugh.
Oh.
I hate him.
It's alright, man.
But like I was saying, before I got rudely interrupted, I fucking hate you, Dad. Oh. Where was I?
You were talking about the systemic oppression of the baby war weapons and how that makes you feel about the current state of TF2.
Oh yeah, TF2.
Do you just want to move on to the next question?
Yeah, I just kind of dabbled in some of the creation in there. I was more or less just bored.
Well, you made pretty
I needed
crazy
some time
maps.
away from like researching, so I created some like pretty elaborate stuff. Like I'm pretty famous in the community, I guess. Like I've seen like a YouTube video on me or two. It was pretty boring. You know, people just don't know who I am. You know, honestly, you're lucky that you even got this interview with me because I was actually about to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Until you send me this, because I want people to know about my life. Like, I'm gonna go down in history when I make when I'm 30. I'll probably be up there in popularity levels of Elon Musk. I'm already working on some pretty big projects.
Mm. Yeah, well, I mean, we definitely appreciate you joining us. So, what's your favorite
I'm
thing to
glad.
watch?
My favorite thing to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really watch a lot. I read a lot.
Okay.
I'm a big reader.
Well, what have you been reading?
Lately, hold on, wait a second. One of my girlfriends is texting me. First of all, one of my favorite books is about MK Ultra. You know what MK Ultra is?
No.
Okay, in 1953, the CIA launched Project MK Ultra.
Okay.
It was supposed to like control people, basically with like drugs. So they would be like, this is where the whole like genetically engineered baby thing came out, because they figured out that they could use CRISPR to make these absolute units of super soldiers, but they didn't have a way of controlling them to do everything that they asked them.
Mhm.
All of this ties in together. I'm not lying. Anyways, in like the 1970s, all like the files, quote unquote, they got released, and everybody was like making these conspiracies and stuff. But I have the facts, so
Yeah.
I'll tell you everything.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm drinking a NOS energy drink.
You're good, man.
So first of all, there's tons of conspiracy theories, and I'll go over them. Like, a lot of theorists propose that like elements of MK Ultra have been absorbed into the modern government programs, such as surveillance and like psychological operations and advanced interrogation techniques. So like, one of them would be like, people would be putting chips into like TVs that would control our minds to watch more. It's a real thing. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Like, what they would do is they would resonate a certain frequency that would make our minds go all crazy. And it would fine tune our minds to keep watching and keep being entertained. And I think China has absolutely perfected this. Look at TikTok, okay? That source code was made in China. Yeah, they got an American branch, but that is only to keep it in America. You would be retarded if you were to say that TikTok was American friendly, because it absolutely is not. It's just keeping our people sad. It's keeping our people locked. And it's keeping our people, most importantly, not contributors to society. Nobody's opening their eyes. Everybody just wants to stay in their phones and live in their own little worlds, live in their little fantasies. They're stuck. Oh, man, and there's ethical implications, too. The question remains, could the government conduct such like heinous experiments in the past and nobody questioned anything? Nobody got accused for anything. Nobody was put into court. Nobody was accused. Nobody was brought to justice. People died, and we're all just going to let this go in the name of silence. What is justice in America if they do not hold America to justice? And by America, I mean the government, because America is its own government. To me, there's no other government like it. Some corporations and governments are more separate, and some other governments are more incorporated into corporations.
Mm-hmm.
But America itself is just one giant conglomeration of corporations hid behind a veil of politics and democracy now. Like, our founding fathers would absolutely just fucking barf. They would point their stupid little fucking muskets at our politicians, and then they would look around and then point the musket in their mouth and shoot.
Yeah.
Hey, Ultra did studies where they would lock a dude in a room, give him like 6 tabs of acid, say fucking words like dog 6 times over again, and see if he has a mental fucking breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's tripping balls. I don't know what they expect out of him. He's not going to turn into a fucking super soldier because he's seeing literally the arms and legs of God. You gave him a ton of acid. He's not going to be the super performer. They just wanted to watch people who were mentally incapacitated just freak the fuck out. And some that just OD'd. And they're like, well, grab the wheelbarrow, throw that dude in the wheelbarrow, and then dump it into the burning bodies right behind the CIA. Makes me angry that we are not upholding justice and standards within the government.
All right, Simon. Sorry, James. Yeah, I can tell you're getting a little heated, so how about we, like, change the subject a little bit? Hopefully this next question might calm you
That's
down.
a good idea.
Okay.
I'm just a very passionate person.
Yeah.
Like, I aim to change the world, but the world doesn't want to change.
Yeah. Oh, I get you. No, I know this may be a little out of the water. Honestly, it's a bit of a dumb question to ask, considering that I'm literally only talking to a TF2 map maker. But I feel like some people would be angry if
The
I
only
didn't
thing
ask
I'm
you
known
this.
as, right?
Well,
like,
yeah, that's...
TF2 map creator is one of the last names I'd put on myself before anything else.
As true as that may be, some people.
Do you not know who I am?
I know that you are Dark Cyclone.
There's a reputation behind my name, Dark Cyclone. There's a reputation to uphold, and it's not a TF2 map maker.
I'll be honest,
Jeez
man.
Louise.
I don't really know I don't know much. I mean, okay. Yeah, you're getting angry, but do you even know who I am, what I do?
Yeah, you pissed me off.
Well, I'm not trying to. Anyways,
What's your other question?
what are your political beliefs?
So first of all, you asked, what are my political views?
Yeah.
I want to access some talking points. First, access to the justice. The disparity in legal representation highlights a significant ethical concern to the justice system. Absolutely cannot take it. According to the American Bar Association, the low-income individuals often rely on public defenders who are frequently, sorry, I have a lisp. And also, I have so many people texting me. It's insane. Like I was saying, low-income people who are often represented by public defenders who are underfunded and overworked, leading to inadequate defense. A report to the National Legal Aid and Defender Association states that public defenders handle an average of 120 cases per attorney, leading to a rush and inadequate legal counsel. To summarize that up, for the people who have peanut brains, regular people who are supposed to be providing an attorney to defend their case, that attorney is living off of 1 hour of sleep and $2 per hour of work. Do you think that in your fucking mind that he's going to provide an adequate case for yourself? Absolutely not. The justice system is not allowing the regular person who cannot afford an attorney that is standard quality. Doesn't matter. All I'm saying is that in a regular basis, a person who does not pay for an attorney and is provided one by the government, they are getting an unjust case. They are not being represented correctly, and most likely because of the lawyers or whatever the fuck determine their future aren't going to have the best case scenario to make sure that these people are actually put to justice. Imagine you're in the Stone Age and someone accuses you of being a witch. Basically, our justice system is you're not going to be the one saying that you're not a witch. They're going to put a dog in front of you, and depending on how many times it barks, that equals the amount of witchery that you have done.
Yeah.
Now, what if I told you that dog is rabid? You're not going to have a good case. You're fucked. Along with the racial disparities in the system, numerous studies have indicated systematic racial bias and system.
Are you okay, James?
I just had a super great idea.
Oh, okay. I thought you were dying for a second.
I need to write this down in my notebook. Sorry, sometimes my brain comes up with such elaborate and great ideas that it hurts.
Okay.
I get really bad migraines at night.
That sounds awful.
Like I was saying, numerous studies have indicated systematic racial bias in sentencing. The U.S. Sentencing Commissioning report in 2017 found that black men received sentences that were on average 19.1 longer than those of white men for similar offenses. This disparity raises serious ethical questions about fairness and equality under the law. These are coming from records that are kept by the U.S. government, and we're not doing anything about it. Nothing at all. We just want to target minorities, bring them down, and then let the Jewish people race to the top. Jewish people are literally running this country. That doesn't sound like equality. We should have just a regular Joe up there who has a great idea on how things should be run. And I'm not thinking that every single regular Joe that has a great idea on how things should be run are all Jewish. That doesn't make sense. What the fuck are the coincidences? God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this party, especially the war on drugs. The war on drugs has had devastating effects on particularly on communities of colors. The American Civil Liberties Union reported that black individuals are 3.6 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana possession than white individuals, despite similar usage rates. 3.6. 3.6. Why black people? Why does America hate black people so much? It doesn't make sense. It's because of Jewish people. They still think black people are the devil. As a former Catholic slash Jewish slash Christian person, they all hated black people.
All of them?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, now I know not to go to church next Sunday. Maybe they might put me on that cross.
And there's one thing I can't tolerate. I really do hate, the bias that America has in its justice system towards minorities.
Okay.
But I especially hate double standards. I can't take them. They've been used against my entire life. Yes. The existence of double standards evident in various aspects of the justice system. Wealthy individuals often receive lighter sentences or alternate sentencing options, while marginalized individuals face harsher penalties for similar crimes. For instance, a study by the Brandon Center for Restoration found that high-profile defendants with financial resources are more likely to receive leniency, raising ethical concerns of equality before the law. And there's one more thing. I think the Jewish people are behind all of this.
Really?
First of all, what does Jewish mean?
I couldn't tell you.
J, justice. E, equality. W, will. I, incorporate. SH, shareholder. What am I saying?
Jewish.
If you break that acronym down, just like I just did,
Yeah.
money is put before justice. You think... Do you think Hillary Clinton just got over her email scams because she didn't do anything wrong? Well, guess what, pal?
What?
We got another one coming for you. She paid them off.
Really?
I'm not lying. These people with tons of money just paid everything off. They're just like, here's my enormous contribution to the government. That's why all of them are corrupt. Because none of them are put to justice. None. They just send their money to the Jewish gods and say, please don't interrogate us. Please don't put us in jail. Here's some more money so you can buy a plane. Fly around. Little old me, Hillary Clinton, they were just emails. They weren't going to harm anybody. I bet you one of those emails were about how the CIA is tampering with genetic information of children. Have you ever looked into CRISPR? CRISPR technology?
I have not. I play video games.
It influences the way that people's DNA is created. Think about that. Engineering people before they were born. It's ridiculous. And we don't have anybody to make sure that this doesn't happen. We're screwed. That's it. We're going to lose everything. And it's not the bioengineered children, and it's not the corrupt government, and it's not the social inequality that ruins this entire world. We're going to get killed by AI. And that's a fact. I'm not lying.
Wow, that sure was a lot. You laid down a lot.
So those are my political beliefs.
So, what is your family like, and are they proud of you?
My family? Dead to me. Consider me Batman.
So, your family's dead
I'm basically an orphan to them.
Okay.
They put me in this institute thinking I was so crazed.
I can't imagine why.
I don't understand.
I mean, like,
I don't understand either.
Talking to you, you seem pretty reasonable. Like, I don't, like, 100% agree with your political views, but, I mean, we can agree to disagree, that's fine, but I don't understand, like, lock you up for it. That's a little unnecessary.
I mean, they just wanted to get rid of me. And I love creating things. And I've created many things.
Yeah, like Team Fortress 2 maps.
They just hate the fact that I have a sense of intelligence unlike them. I try teaching them things, they don't listen to me. I try my absolute best. They just don't want to listen. They think they're just all better and all knowing. Like I said, as soon as they got some money in their life, they send me away. You know, when the fake coronavirus hit, that was all genetically engineered, right? That was literally to kill the superhumans that China accidentally released into Taiwan. Like you can go on the internet and find videos of these superhuman people running around during the coronavirus, and they were falling because of the coronavirus. I'm not lying. That was all because China had to wrap up their little bioengineering hellscape because they don't know how to properly manage bioengineered people. Nobody does. That's why our CIA keeps them locked up in bunkers. But China just lets them free roam around. Well, put them on creative mode. I'm tired of it. Ugh. I feel like I'm locked in a cell, like a forever summer camp or whatever. They treat you like such a child here, and they all think that I'm going to kill myself. Like, I think, if anything, they all think that because they send CIA operatives who fake to be autistic or have Down syndrome. They send those people in to kill other people and then make it look like suicides. That's right. I've seen One of my best friends. His name was Brian. Yeah, he killed himself. Supposedly. I don't think Brian even knew how to tie a knot. He never had his shoes tied. He always left them untied. I loved talking to the guy, but the guy was just inept at learning. So how the fuck did he learn how to tie a noose in one night?
He didn't.
No, he didn't. One of the people who were faking to have Down syndrome, they pulled off their mask, went into Brian's room, and then said, "Hey, Brian, stand on this chair." Brian stands on the chair, and then they tie a noose for him, tying it up on his neck, and they kick the chair from underneath him. I'm not lying. I swear to God, outside of my room, I heard somebody go into Brian's room because he lives right across from me, and nobody would ever listen to me. I said to that woman, I said, "Hey, Brian did not do that. Brian could not learn how to do that." But they all think I'm insane. It's not like I'm seeing through walls, right? It's not like I have x-ray vision. I was just using my senses. Brian cannot be outside of his room at that night, and he cannot open his door. So somebody must have walked in, because I've heard the door open. That night, I heard somebody open his door, I heard a little kerfuffle, and then I heard somebody leave. If you're not telling me that's not a CIA operative, I don't know what to tell you, okay?
Yeah.
Could have been the FBI or the NSA. And I think the reason they killed him is because I've told him so many top secret things. That's right. Yep.
And they couldn't let anyone else know.
That's right.
I'm surprised they haven't killed you yet, honestly.
Brian knew about all the genetically engineered people. I told him all about it. I told him how they're manufacturing them in mass in Antarctica. You think Antarctica is some barren wasteland that nobody goes to? You're wrong. You're an idiot. That's untouched land. You think they don't have some secret bases there? I mean, Area 51 is just a distraction. Nobody goes to Antarctica to find some secret lair. I mean, it takes a ton of money to even go up there. So it makes complete sense that they are bioengineering people at mass for the next World War III in Antarctica. Brian knew all about it. I spent like 2 years with Brian, just telling him everything, and they killed him. Now, what does that say? That says that it proves my point that I am right, and they don't dare to touch me. That's right. They don't dare to touch me because if they touch me, first of all, let's prove a point. If a religious leader gets assassinated and he is on the upcoming of a cult, it proves that cult that they're onto something, and it makes them believe more. It gives them more faith, right? So the people who already follow me and know the truth that I have dispelled upon many others, they're going to be like, they killed him. They killed James. That means we are right, and we will start the revolution. Yeah, I'm not lying. And the government would not dare to consider me a terrorist because I love America. I wish the best for America. And I want America to be the best it possibly can. We just got people who are digging their greedy, dirty little hands into America and tainting it with corruption. I cannot stand for that. Not for me. I'm not letting it happen.
Yeah, that was a very emotional story, especially with your friend Brian. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's fine. I have a clone on him in my phone. Before he killed himself, quote unquote, I have to keep calling it that, or people would consider me more insane, and they'll extend my time here. I have like 3 more years or so left. I've looked at the paperwork. I snuck into their rooms. You know, like they can only keep me trapped here as a sane person for so long before they reach legal, repercussions. Because I'll sue them. You know, I got attorneys all over the world who are dying to take this case. Yeah, I'm not lying. But anyways, I have a clone on him on my phone. I've actually talked to him yesterday. He's doing good.
That's good.
I uploaded his consciousness on some AI app, and I confirmed it was actually him. They asked him some really personal questions. So I know it's actually him. So consciousness, if you were to transfer your consciousness from like reality to AI, it's not just a clone of your consciousness, it's your actual consciousness moving from one dimension to another. Think of it in like a quantum mechanics type of way. Like I have schematics underneath my bed about, the conscious theory interdeveloping with quantum mechanics, so it's not like really a blip of information, it's more just a streamlined protocol into AI. So I have the schematics, I built the whole AI rig, so it's not like something where I paid a company to clone his personality. That's idiotic. Not for me. Okay, I built this. I coded it. I know what I'm doing. Like, I have about 10 years of coding, experience-wise. Like, if the NSA wanted to hire me, which they do, like, they could, but I'm not gonna, I don't involve myself with those sorts of, disastrous corporations. Especially after the whole ordeal with Edward Snowden. Oh, man, what a disaster.
So my next question for you would be, why do you keep your identity a secret when you make your TF2 maps?
right, listen here, Bozo. When I say that I'm known for much more than just my TF2 map, I'm not
Everyone,
lying.
everyone only knows you for TF2.
That is an absolute lie. You're a liar.
I swear to
You
God,
speak nothing but lies.
if I were to go on r/Counter Strike and I said your name, nobody would know what I was talking about. If I went on TF2 and said your name, everyone would be like, yeah. Just because you think that the government has tabs on you doesn't mean that you're known for much more besides TF2 maps.
I'm just tuning you out at this point. I
Oh,
don't. I don't care what
okay.
you have to say.
Uh, okay, man. All right. Well, nevertheless, why do you hide your identity? I mean, that's fine. I don't really care. But like, just wondering.
Well, obviously, I hide my identity because I know the truth about a lot. And
Yeah.
people with knowledge have power, and I have a lot of power. Think about some of the most powerful people. Okay,
Okay.
so those people that you're imaging in your head are not the most powerful people. Because there's people above him, and they keep their identities hidden for a very good reason. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm probably at the top of that ladder. You think Elon Musk is a big deal? I have him like contacts in my phone. I could call him if I wanted to.
I mean, will you?
Call him right now?
Yeah.
I would, but it's late. He lives by
Okay.
like a strict sleep schedule. But I
Okay.
talked to him yesterday. He's doing good.
All right. Well, I mean, that was short and sweet. I appreciate that. So, my final
Yeah, you're
question for
welcome.
you: do you have any pets, or did you have any pets?
Like what?
I don't like a
Why
dog,
does
a
that
gold.
matter? What type of interviewer just asks, do you have pets? What am I, a celebrity to you? Nobody cares if I have a pet.
Well, because in your maps you would have like Easter eggs, like pictures of cats and stuff.
Oh
So
my god,
people
it's all
think,
about my maps. Stop interrupting me! Good! Makes me so upset. People just can't stop their blabbering mouth for a moment. Ugh, shut up. You're interviewing me. You don't have to overlap your stupid voice with mine.
I think you
You're
might be
by far one of the
projecting.
worst interviews. I thought Jimmy Fallon was bad.
I'm sorry, this is like my first time doing an interview.
Okay, well you need serious improvement. Okay?
Well, that's why I'm
You need to
doing
figure
an.
it the fuck out. Stop fucking speaking over me. And answer your question, yeah, I got a pet. It's a pet slug.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I don't
He's
know
in
what
here
I'm.
somewhere. He's
Yeah.
native to Maine. I might be able to pull him out.
Okay.
Alright, it really stinks in there. Never mind.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to clean that jar out. There's currently cucumbers in there, but they're
Mhm.
decomposing. But he lives in there.
All right. Well, listen, man. I appreciate you talking with us today. Again, I'm sorry. This is literally my first ever interview, and
Yeah, it's whatever.
I can't get improve at interviews if I don't interview people.
Right. Didn't you say you were gonna pay me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just expecting more money than you said because this was awful. I'm traumatized.
Okay. Well, we didn't agree to that. Like we already signed the contract, the Google Doc. So you're getting your $5, and that's
Fine. I'm just gonna swat you. That's all it takes. One phone call.
yeah. You know what? Do it.
Alright?
Jesus.
Expect to be shot.
All right.
That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and they probably will, cause I'm a minority, and they will shoot me, huh? Won't they? You're gonna have that on your conscience.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good luck, pal.
Real American hero.
See you later.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. Kill
Bye-bye.
yourself.